So what about also, Dr. Behe, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, because I'm not a specialist here. The point of genes that we can see and trace that the same gene in different animals, and they do different job. And they are the same, they look the same, but they are different. So also, how does the Darwinists reject or accept this point? Like, how do they deal with that?
Well, they generally don't pay much attention to it. Whatever doesn't fit, well, we'll deal with that later. When similar genes that do different things in different organisms, they'll say, well, that gene was recruited to do something else. Just by using words, essentially try to paper over a situation that they did not expect. And sometimes different genes do the same job in different species, and they say pretty much the same thing. Well, maybe it just was selected to be that way. So yeah, you will never get a Darwinist to say that the theory looks like it's not explaining something. And that's one of the problems, because it's so flexible that it explains pretty much everything and the opposite equally well. So what a biologist does is go out and see what's in nature and then makes up the explanation post hoc.
That's really amazing. So you're saying here, Dr. B, it's like a dogma, sort of like the opposite of what, or the same thing that they attack religious people through. They say that religious people, they believe in dogma, they don't change their minds. So it's like the same now, according to Darwin's views.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be called dogmatist by a Darwinist, because because they will never give up their belief that random processes and selection would explain life. There's a good story about that. There's a man named John Maynard Smith, who was a prominent evolutionary biologist. He died about 20 years or so ago. And once he wrote in a paper, he says, one thing that we know evolution could not produce is a wheel with circular motion. He says, but now, look, we've discovered the bacterial flagellum, which is a rotary motor. He says, so now we know evolution can produce even a wheel. So that's the classic, if it exists, it was produced by Darwinism.
So either ways, it's expected by Darwinism. There's no way.
That's right. That's right.